Hi everyone. This is Kevin from investbangkokproperty.com. This video that I'm gonna be doing will be another property review, right? I'm gonna be going through this project by Noble Development called Noble BE33 Sukhumvit, right? As the name suggests, the location of this project is on Sukhumvit 33, which I'll show you shortly, right? It's actually very near to Phrom Phong, BTS. So that is a very prime aspect location where this place is. Almost like considered in the heart of Bangkok already, right? This project, if you're considering this, then one of the main reason why people are buying into this project is because of the prime location. Plus the fact that of course Noble is a good developer. You know, they have done a lot of mega projects, and the B33 does come with some quality finishes. Right, so you will be able to be able to attract the good tenants that are wanting to stay around the area, I'm sure. All right, maybe just let me show you some basic facts of the development. Right, so you can see from here. Alright, so it's on soil 33. So it's the moment you walk out from the road and you turn left, you will actually see the BTS station, and that's also where the shopping mall M Quartier is, and on the other side you have the Emporium. So this is literally the part of the prime shopping belt of Bangkok. Right, nowadays a lot of people will actually head to M Quartier for the many F&Bs, and also all the shopping that they have is kind of like more or less recognized as the most prime, you know, shopping center if you want to go for the high-end brands. Like last time we used to go to Siam Paragon and Central, which we still do, but now, you know, there's a lot more options over in the whole of Bangkok. Right, so it's a freehold, sits on a freehold piece of land, right? It's gonna be one single tower, 31 stories high. So you have your penthouses at the top, facilities level on the 29, right? And then the car park in this instance is at the basement, so it goes 5 levels deep, five basement of car parking. In fact, the car park allocation is also quite good. We have about, I think the number of car parks per unit is about 67%. Right, there's a total of 282 units. This makes it a low density high rise development, right? Which is in line with the category that is trying to be classified into, right? BE projects of I would say quite a good range. So plus the fact that, you know, you have larger units. You can see here the one bedroom starts from 34 square meters. So usually the mass market project, they will probably do a lot more smaller units, probably start from 20 something. In fact, right next to B33, you have your Noble around 33. So Noble around 33 for the around class would be slightly below the BE class. So you also have a lot more smaller units. So in this case, the one bedroom actually start from 34 square meters, and then you have your 2 bedroom, and you actually have some 3 bedrooms as well, right? In the penthouse, right? 282 units is considered low density to me. Yes, and the construction started in 2016, and so now we are almost coming to the tail end of 2018. So the expected completion end of 2019. So we have about 1 year and 1 quarter more to go. Then the project should be ready for transfer and handover. Right. These are the facilities. We'll show you some of the pictures later on. Parking, and then this is how the maintenance fee works. It goes by per square meter. So for this project, it's 70 baht per square meter, and there's a one-time sinking fund they're collecting 700 baht per square meter. Right, so these are some basic facts. I think most importantly, you would want to take note of the completion period, right? So the earlier it completes, then you can just take over the unit, and you can start using, or you can start looking for tenant as well. Right, this area it should be rather easy to get a quality tenant. Okay, so Noble BE33 Sukhumvit, right? This is the facade of the tower, right? Single tower, and this is Soi 33. Okay, we take a look at the map, right? So again, this is where BE33 is, right? Actually, the currently the plot is actually half the size. All right. Originally, when they first launched, they actually Noble actually owned this entire piece of land, right? So originally when they just first launched, they wanted this whole piece of land to be under the BE33, right? But then subsequently, they actually cut it into half. So that's why the BE33 is one tower here and around 33 is the tower just right next door. Okay, then this Sukhumvit 33 to the main road, and that's where the BTS entrance is, and there's the M Quartier, Emporium, and Spear that is coming up. And another interesting thing to take note also is actually near to this Benja Siri Park, right? So in the heart of Bangkok City, you sometimes do find it difficult to get green spaces, open spaces. So condos, the higher end condos, you realize that they actually kind of like always will emphasize that they're near some of the major parks, like condos like along Wireless Road. If you can have a view of the Lumpini Park, these are units that commands a premium, right? So people want to be near to the park. You can actually do a lot of activities. You can jog, you can stroll, etc., etc. Right? So that's definitely a selling point to the residents in this area. Okay, so this is the map of the Google Map, right? I've drawn this Google Map, pull out this Google Map, and I highlighted this Noble BE33. This is where it is, just to give you a quick understanding of how far it is to the BTS station. All right, so you can see here, based on Google Map, the easiest way to walk would be to walk out along this main road, Soi 33, and then once you hit the main Sukhumvit Road, you turn left, right? This is probably the entrance. So we're talking about 6-minute walk, 500 meters, which is, I think, is okay. Of course, the Sukhumvit Road is well known for being busy, all times of the day, especially during peak period. The jam and the noise is crazy. But my personal experience when I was there visiting the site with some of our existing clients who booked the unit for BE33 or around 33. Once you walk in, it becomes rather serene and quiet. You don't really get a lot of traffic going through here, unless they probably have some business to do here or staying around here. And then for BE33, what are the buildings are before that, right? Mainly a lot of low-rise shop houses, and then you have a lot of commercial shops, some restaurants, there are some pubs, there's some massage parlors, and you will realize that all of these shops, the signages will all have Japanese wording on it, right? Because Phrom Phong law, this is a well-known area where the Japanese gather around, right? So very likely your prospective tenants could also be from this pool of expatriates. They could be here to just working for 1 or 2 years, but there are also a lot of Japanese who have married Thai wives and settled down, and then this is like really a community area for the Japanese. So over here, they stay here. There are restaurants that sell their cuisines, and then you have supermarkets that sell their daily necessities. So that's why they all like to stay around here. But also indirectly, because of all these restaurants and all these amenities, right? It has become a well-known high-end residential area. So even for the rest of the nationalities of expatriates, if they can afford to pay the rent for this area, and you want something that can give you a good lifestyle, then Phrom Phong, Thong Lo, Ekamai, this is definitely one of the best places to stay, right? And in fact, from how close you are from Central, if you are not too familiar, from Phrom Phong, it's only one station. In fact, you can walk one station away to Asok, right? Asok is the interchange between the Sukhumvit MRT, which is the blue line, and the BTS Asok station. So from this, this is like literally just almost like the very central of Bangkok already. It's super busy place. Then you have your famous Terminal 21 shopping mall over here. So from here you can actually hop on to the blue line and go to places like Raman 9. If you happen to be working there, or you can actually go to Phetchaburi, and then from there you can actually change to the airport rail link. So my point being that transportation infrastructure is very accessible, especially for residents that are staying here, because we are like so central. Alright, then from Phrom Phong, one station down, you will go to Thong Lo or Ekamai. There's another area where a lot of people like to hang out because of the Speakeasy bars and all this stuff. From here to CBD is also not that far. You can actually take a couple of stops down. In fact, along this green line is where most of the expatriates want to stay. So you can go to places like Blanchard, then or you even go to Siam, right, where it's the interchange with the dark green Silom line. Then you go to the BTS, right? If you do not drive, then all these train stations are here to help you. You can move around very, very easily. So that's why I cannot emphasize enough. The reason why you are buying a condo here is because of the location. It's location, 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 right? And then plus is noble development, and then this is a rather high-end development with good finishing. So all in all, it all adds up, to a very good prospective investment property that you should consider. Right. So let me go back to the map. Right. If you would like to find out more exactly where's this area, you can actually head on to our website. All right. This is our portal that we maintain and run. As the name suggests, investbangkokproperty.com. Right. And once you hit the first page, scroll it all the way to the bottom. All right. You realize that this is something recent that we've just done. We actually input a Invest Bangkok property map, right? We are always adding new stuff. So how you can look at it is, on this left column we listed down all the uncompleted projects and completed projects. So you can actually see which one you are interested in. Then you can actually click for more information. So in this case, say example, so Noble BE33 is not completed. So I look for here. You see, I find Noble BE33. All right, this is the website, and this is the pin. All right, so if I were to just zoom in, all right, so we actually demarcated out this plot, right, this piece of land, and then if you're wondering what's around this area, you can also check boxes like if there are commercial buildings. I'm in the process of adding more stuff. So commercial buildings, government offices, whether there are private schools around this area, all right, or you can even check out like hospitals. In some cases you might get medical tourists, shopping malls. So you have quite a few around this area. Thong Lo, you have like the Commons, and you have a Donkey Mall coming out, and then you have your end quarter right at your doorsteps. We also add some recommended F&B that are rather famous with tourists or locals alike, right? And also embassies. Actually, Phrom Phong is also very near to this area where majority of the embassies are. So the people who work here, if they can afford to pay like the super high rental, then they will probably stay along Soi Lang Son or Wireless Road. If not, then one of the next best places that they always love to consider is along the Green Line, or Thong Lo or Phrom Phong. So you have a rather good catchment, for people who are staying here. Do check out this map. You can actually download this map, and then you can see, along the way when there are new projects, we'll actually add on to it. Yeah. Right. So let's go back to the project. Right. So this is a map. Okay, so another map that they kind of mapped out. All right, so you have your emporium and so on and so forth. Okay, let me just touch a bit. All right, so Noble B33 is a 31 story high rise. Right, all right, 31 stories. So then, of course, and one of the common questions, people are asking, how about the selection of units? Do I get block or all these things, right? Simple slide to show you. Okay, actually, if I am on standing on the main road, I'm looking at BE33. Okay, what happens is next time on the right hand side would be your around 33. That's 25 stories high. All right, so that will come up. Then on my left is existing apartment called Beverly 33 condo. That's about, in this case, the condo is actually 8 stories high, but but of course I guess in some cases the lobby could be more than your standard 2.8 meters. So this Beverly 33 condo only comes up to about the 6th floor of B33. So if you have units that faces that direction, once you clear the 7th floor, then you actually clear the building, right, down, and then it's actually all the low rise. But if you are also taking units that are facing the front, all right, facing the main road and beyond, across the road, these are shop houses. They are 5 stories high. So I don't think that will affect you at all. Right, so once you get like maybe 8th floor, even 10th floor, you're clear. There's no blockage unless someone comes buy out all the town shop houses and actually en bloc, right? Then you that one I cannot control. But if that happens, then likely they will probably be selling at a higher price than what you're buying right now. Okay, and last but not least, for units that are facing this direction, all right, behind you are low rise 2-story building. Yeah, because I think we've mentioned this a few times. For land plots that are further in, right, and the access is of narrower road, smaller soil, they can't actually build high rise. Whereas, like say for example, Nova 30 B33, the reason why I can go to 31 story because soil 33 is of a certain width. So in terms of the town planning, the authorities allow you to go up to a higher height. Alright, so do take note. So in front of you, 5-story. To your right, there's an 8-story building. Alright, on one side is an 8-story, on the other side is the Nova around 33 that will go up to 25-story. Alright, so that's a potential blockage if you take that side. Right, but if you take units that are facing towards the back, then I think you're quite safe. Right, the 2-story building, they probably won't get too high even if they tear down and rebuild. Probably 7 stories or 8 stories. Right. So this is the view. All right. Asok view west. Okay. Asok view is the units that are just now I mentioned the one towards the back. Right. So these units here, this direction will face towards the Asok, which is the west side. Whereas this unit will face towards Tonglo, which is the east side. The train BTS line actually run this direction. Right. So this is how the view will look like. Okay, this is Aso, this is Tonglo. I think either both sides you should get a very nice view, even at night as well. But of course the CBD direction is this Asok direction. That's where the Siam and all these places are. So that's why you see a lot more skyscrapers around here. Whereas for Tonglo, we all know, it's a high residential area. So a big bulk of it, there are still a lot of big detached houses. People are staying here, right? So it really is a personal preference thing. The tall building, there's a 19-story or tall building, but it's really like way off to your left. So I don't really see that it is an issue at all, right? Okay, so for the units that are facing north and south, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is towards the BTS direction, and this is towards the Petrobury Road. Majority of the units are because of the block face direction, right? Majority of the units are either on the east or on the west. I'll show you shortly. Okay, let's just run through some artist impression. This is how the project entrance will look like. There's a lobby, the interior. We have been to a few of their completed projects like Noble Plunge. They do build a very grand lobby, right? So you feel very welcome when you come back home. It's almost like coming home to a 5-star hotel. It's pretty cool. Right, lift hall. It's a lounge, semi-outdoor lounge. Garden, courtyard. Right, sky swimming pool. Okay, this swimming pool is it's cool. It's an infinity pool, and as with most, I would say all high-end project, the usually the normal condos, they will actually use chlorine to so-called sanitize the swimming pool. But once you get to the higher, more luxurious condo, they will actually use a saltwater system to actually purify their pool. So in this case, it's the same thing for Noble BE33. Right, the gym, fitness room. Alright, this is the ground floor. Okay, let's just jump now right into the floor plan. Okay, as I mentioned just now, you will realize that I said most of the units are either on the east or the west facing, right? Just to give you a sense of direction again. Alright, where my highlighter is, alright, this direction is the Sukhumvit Road. Alright, this is Soi 33. So if you are having a unit here, you will be facing the Asok view, just now the skyscraper view, the CBD view. If you are taking units along here, then there will be towards the town hall view. Just now the picture where you have a landed. So as for the north and the south view, you realize that only 4 units apply. And in this case, usually for the corners, they will put the 2-bedders or the larger ones. So it's quite easy to recognize. So you just look at the A. The number is for them to number their unit, and the 2 bedrooms will be the B. So this is 2 bedroom. This is a typical floor plan on the 2nd to 8th floor. You have 2 lift lobby and the fireman lift serving the how many units? It's like 12 units around here, right? Then emergency staircase on both sides, and this is the garbage disposal area. But not to worry, it's kind of there's always a door to enclose lah. So I mean, not really much of an issue. But if you can, then it's always better to avoid the units that faces the garbage disposal area directly. Right, so this is how a 2nd to 8th floor looks like. Right, then after that you go higher, you have slight change in configuration. Now instead of 12 units, the higher floors will only have 10 units, which is common. The bigger units, they will actually give priority and put them on the higher floor. So you have C is the 3 bedrooms, and then I have a 2 bedroom here, another 2 bedroom here, and then the rest are the 1 bedrooms. Right, this project do not have studios. Right, so it's either the starting from a proper 1 bedroom of about 34 square meter upwards. Okay, then even if I go like certain floor like 18, 19 or 25, then you can see the majority of these are 2 bedrooms, right? A lot more 2 bedrooms, and then a couple of 1 bedrooms, and then the C is still at the corner. So only the 2 bedrooms and above will get dual views, like either north, south, northeast or southeast, right? 2 views on both sides. For the 1 bedrooms, it will be single loading view. Right, 26 to 29, some more units. I think the spread of the units are pretty good. There's some special configuration. Just now, if you saw the earlier, you can actually combine a 2 bedroom and a 3 bedroom. If you have the money, and then you can like have a super 5 bedroom unit. In some projects, they do allow for this, because they understand sometimes the most of the time the buyers are actually wealthy ties. We might think that they are foreigners, but most of the time actually the big units are actually bought by the wealthy tie. There's this trend of them moving into the town to stay. So obviously, if you have that kind of money, you look for the best location to stay. So Phrom Phong is one of the best locations to stay. So you come in here, but they have like maybe a larger family, so you need more rooms. So developers sometimes will appeal to this group of purchasers by allowing them to hack down certain walls so that they can actually combine 2 or 3 units into one single unit. Yeah, so this is exactly the same thing that's happening for this project right now. Alright, so this till the 28th floor, and then the facilities, as I mentioned earlier, was on the 29th. Right, so you have your infinity swimming pool here that will look towards the Tong Lo direction, and that's where you also have your multi-purpose fitness gym. I think it's quite a large gym. Then you have your sauna rooms also. The ladies and the men's will be separated, and then you have your semi-outdoor lounge. Right, so the facilities are on the 29th. Alright, as well as 30th and the 30th and 31st will be the penthouse lah. So very exclusive. There's only 2 units. If you are interested, I'm not sure if it's still available, but if you are really interested, then feel free, give us a call. I'll be happy to help. Okay, now let's dive straight into the individual units. Just have a brief overview. Just want to show you how the units will look like. Alright, so we start from the 1-bedroom A type. A2 34.25 square meters, right? So this is how it looks like. Comes in, you have your kitchenette, and then you can even put a 4-seater, right? I think that's pretty cool layout. Then you have your really a proper bedroom, and then your living area. That's how it looks like. And notice, even for the 1-bedroom, starting with the smaller size, there's already bathtub. That's something that Noble around 33 doesn't have for the smaller 1-bedroom, right? So how do you look at it? Usually only for the higher ends condo, then, and especially if the purpose is to appeal also to the Japanese, then they tend to make sure that the units inside have bathtub. This is what I was told lah. So they actually, Japanese actually, part of the lifestyle, they actually love having bathtub in their houses. So that's why all this, starting from the 1-bedroom, they make sure that the minimum size only starts from 34 square meter, and they put in a bathtub. It's a nice thing to have. Alright, so you also do have another configuration. Actually looks the same to me. It's just mirror image. A3, same size, slightly larger. Sorry, 34.25, 34.70. Okay, but the layout is pretty much the same. Right, the layout is pretty much the same. Okay, then you have another type, A4. I can't really tell what's the difference. It's all squarish, good layout. So maybe just slightly wider walls or longer in depth. But the unit should be bright, because if you have a very long elongated unit, then there might always be concern. The area near the door might be a bit darker, but in this case, they make it into a very nice square area. That is all full glass windows. Shouldn't be an issue. It will be bright and airy if you open up your windows. Right, A5, slight difference from. Okay, so I realized that the A3 and the A4, the difference to me is I see that seems like the bedroom is slightly larger, and then the wardrobe is split into 2. So same for this, the A5, right? So you have a larger wardrobe. And then you have your A6, the even for it, when it jumps to 40 square meter, then you have a longer wardrobe over here. Small differences. So again, it really depends on what's available and what's the price. If not, I don't think from an investment point of view it's gonna be making a lot of difference. Just go for the best possible unit on the higher floor if possible, and then just get a good facing unit. That should do the trick. Okay, another larger 43 square meter 1-bedroom. So I think the difference is like is now, instead of a square, it's now even longer, but the width to width is the same. 2.7, 2.7. For this is also the same, but it's now longer, so you get more space here. A longer bedroom and hall as well. Right, A8. So many different configurations. Alright. Okay, so I think yeah, it's getting a bit repetitive, so I just skip. If you want a full set of the floor plans, please feel free to drop us an email, contact us. We'll be happy to send it to you. And then also we'll have to see at that point in time, what are the units that are available for sale to foreign quota. Then we have to take it from there. Right. Let me just jump straight onto the 2 bedrooms. If there's 2 bedroom available, then this is how the 2 bedroom looks like. 59.79 square meter. Come in, then there's this area. I think you can probably put your shoes and sitting area here. Alright, then you have a small kitchen area, slightly larger dining. From this concept, you can say they can put 6 chairs. And then of course the main difference between the extra almost 20 square meter is the fact that you have an extra bedroom where you can actually put a single or supersized single bed. I'm not sure if you can put queen. You probably have to try, but if you put queen, you might maybe go all the way to here with very little working space over here. That's why maybe in this floor plan they only put this single bed as a reference, right? But it is a 2 bed 2 bath. Okay, so that's something to take note. In some cases, they build a 2 bedroom with only 1 bathroom. Some people may not like it. There are some people who insist on privacy, having a bathroom that is purely only for their own usage, and then for guests, then you have to use the common bath. So in this case, they don't have a 2 bed 1 bath, so we start from a 2 bed 2 bath. That's how the higher end projects work. They will just put in the bigger size unit. Alright, so yeah, if you are looking for something slightly smaller, 8 square meters smaller, then there's another configuration, a P2. So it's a 2 bedroom. They actually allow for a queen size bed to be in the second room, right? I think this layout is quite good, right? B3 similar. Alright. 51. This also slightly different layout, right? For this one, B2 and B3, you come in, the hall is in the center and the rooms are on either side. Then there's another configuration where the rooms are actually tucked to one side. The living hall, people in the living hall are not able to see directly into the master bedroom. So I guess that is one thing that sometimes I get feedback. The reason why they have this layout is because some people do not like guests looking into their master bedroom, right? But so it's a trade-off lah. Units that are of this setup is a lot more space efficient, right? You can see that every single space is being utilized to the full. Whereas if you tuck into one side, then of course some of these spaces here are being used up lah, wasted for no real use. It's just a walkway. Can probably hang some paintings over here or something. Right. Last but not least, we look at the 3 bedrooms. Alright. Right. Okay, so the 2 bedrooms are, if you really require even a larger one, there's even a configuration can go up to almost 70 square meter. So a way larger hall. Just now the previous ones that we saw, the hall is a bit tinier, narrower down the road. So this is like so much larger, and then you have so much more grand, spacious rooms on both sides, right? A lot more wardrobe space. This will probably be more for people who are buying with their mindset of using it for themselves, right? So usually for investment, we will just recommend that you consider a 1 bedroom. I think that easier to rent out, right? But 2 bedrooms are in a way, 2 bedrooms are rare. Usually in a development, you see that like maybe up to 70% of the units are actually built 1 bedrooms, whereas about 30% or 20 or even less are 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. So when the time comes to sell, as an owner of a 2 bedroom, of course you have less competition. Yeah. Alright, so more two bedrooms. Alright, then of course the last one, the C type, is the 3 bedrooms. So 3 bedrooms starts from 76 square meter. So it come in, all, and then you have your 3 bedrooms. Right, that's how it looks like. Or you can even combine, just the combination that I talked about. And this is a penthouse unit, right? 139.85 square meter. 1 room, 2 rooms, and a very huge living hall. And then this is the second penthouse. So there's only 2 of it. Okay, let me show you some pictures of the show flat. Right, the unit will come fully furnished. Alright, so it will be pretty much a moving condition, except for washing machine. It's not provided. Right, strange, but yeah. Right, so I think the color scheme are neutral, easy, and widely accepted by almost anybody, everybody. So I think it's okay. Right, so these are some of the built-in kitchen that they have. Right. The floors are laminates. Okay, this is how it looks like. Wardrobe. Okay, let me show you some pictures of the sales gallery. Previously, where they haven't really started construction, we used to have the sales gallery on site, but now the sales gallery has moved to Noble Remix downstairs, Tong Lo there. Right, but this picture was taken when it was still on site, so you can have a look. All right. So let me just run through the pictures very quickly. Right. Very neutral colors, smoothing color schemes. White, earth colors. It's master bedroom. This is the show flat of the 1 bedroom. Alright, so these are all the photos that we have taken. Now let's take a look at the furnishing package. Right, so these are some pictures, the color scheme that they're gonna be providing. Right, you can probably take a look here. The wardrobe, bedroom wardrobe, glass finishes, kitchen cabinet provided. You have your burner, cooking hob, counter sink, microwave, fridge. Is given part of the deal. So for furniture, they're providing you with the this by the way, this is for the 1 bedroom type lah. So I'm assuming if you're looking at the 1 bedroom, so they give you a dining table with 4-seater, sofa set, coffee, TV console. So the bed comes with it also. Alright, and shelf on the TV. So what's not provided? Very briefly, you can see that there's no TV, there's no washing machine. So these are the only 2 items that either you can buy yourself, or you can see whether you can negotiate with the tenant that they get their own. It's sometimes common if the tenants are already staying in Bangkok, they're moving over from another development. Sometimes they actually have their own TV. In fact, because they might prefer to buy their own super huge smart TV, then you can actually save yourself the hassle. Yeah. Okay, so next up, I guess we are about to come to the end of this whole review. We should now talk about the price. Based on what's available for Noble BE33, right? If you are looking at the 1 bedroom, we do still have units on the low floor, mid floor to high floor. But of course, these prices I'm giving you is starting from the lower floor as a guide. Right, so 1 bedroom, my prices will start from about 9 million Thai baht for the 1 bedroom, about 34 square meter. Right, whereas for the 2 bedroom unit, we are starting from about 14.7 million Thai baht upwards. Right, most of them are about 15 to 16 million Thai baht range. Okay, whereas there's still a handful of 3 bedroom units left. If you are buying for your own use, they will start from about approximately 22 million, about 22 to 23 million Thai baht. So yep, this is the price range for the 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Alright, so if you are looking for buying for rental, then just to show you quickly, just a quick search for the 1 bedroom. They are currently, for rent, put up for rent around Phrom Phong BTS station. Some condos can, but of course it's a big one. It's a rather large 1 bedroom. Can command up. They're asking about 48,000. Park 24 is recently, I think earlier this year or last year, TOP project. These are smaller sizes, about 29, 30 square meter. People are asking about 29 to 25. To be conservative, you can always use this as your base guide. Right? Of course, we would always like to promise the higher the better, but let's be conservative and be real. If in the event you can't get 30 or 35, that you would like to have 35,000 Thai baht, then you have to ask yourself if you are okay to work with 25,000. Of course, Park 24 is a project that has way higher density. So usually we do not associate high density with desirable. For a high-end project, typically you should have like just a couple of hundreds of units, depending on how high your building is. So the lower the density is always better, right? And you also get more exclusivity. You actually get more genuine demand for people who are buying for their own stays. Right, there are some projects like Lumpini 24, 30,000, right? And Oxton, Sukhumvit 22, 35,000. So it does seems like the ranges between about 25 to 35, maybe in between would be 30,000. So that should be a good guide as to the rental market as of today. Right, hopefully 1 year from now everything stay constant, then this should somewhat be the price that you are looking about. But more importantly, I think what you are buying into when you talk about Noble BE33 is you are really buying location. Never mind about not saying never mind, okay, I mean of course the yield and all these things are important, but the yield is only real when you actually get someone occupying your property for 24/7, 365 days a year. Alright, so as far as this location is concerned, myself and Daryl, who I work with, we are always very confident on this area. This is the place where you actually get all the expatriates and all the people from the embassies and the nearby officers, they're staying. So the demand for properties in this area has been proven to be very, very high. So there could be instances whereby you probably rent out to somebody for a year or two, and then the moment he decides to leave, you can actually get a replacement tenant rather fast. So we always talk about turnover. That's something to consider also, versus other places where you actually go way out and you actually have to wait like maybe 3 months to 6 months before you actually find another tenant. Right? All this lull time or downtime are also cost to your property, the holding of your property. And by the virtue of you buying such a prime location, the supplies in general are lesser compared to all the mass market they are happening like on the peripherals of the city. So those are like they're adding like thousands and thousands of units every other month, whereas there's only so much land that is within walking distance to Phrom Phong BTS. Look around you, look back at this map. Over here where BE33 is, if you have the chance to walk around here, these are all occupied land. There's always a structure over there. There's either a business operating on it or there's a condo on it. Over here there's a park, and then you have all the malls. These are not going to go away. In fact, over time they're going to get more crowded, better and better. So in actual fact, if today I'm a developer, I have to I'm interested in building something, say around Phrom Phong, I have to make sure that I can convince someone over here to sell me their property or their land before I can actually have a sizable land enough to actually build something. And then for them to sell me something, then obviously they will price it at market value. Then they will have to sell it even higher, right? Judging from how things are going at the moment. So these are the things that we always consider. That's why we always ask our investors as much as possible. Of course, you have to work within your budget, but if it allows, then Phrom Phong is definitely a very, very prime location. And if you are of the opinion that the Bangkok as a city, Thailand as a going concern will continue to grow going forward because of all the initiatives the government are doing, like building infrastructure, building the Eastern Economic Corridor, the good relationship with China, and this country will continue to grow, then it will always make sense to anchor yourself as far as possible in the most prime property in Bangkok, and ride the wave for the next 5 to 10 years, right? So that's how I look at it, right? So that's it for this video on Noble BE33. There are units for sale, but it's really not a lot, just a handful of them left, because of foreign quota limitation, also because sales are happening every week and every month. So if you are interested to find out more, please feel free to contact me. Alright, I'll leave my contact details in the description below. Drop us an email, drop us a WhatsApp, or even you can contact us via Wechat if you are from Hong Kong or China. We'll be happy to send you the floor plan and whatever information that we have, and also on the price and availability. Right, so or if you have any further other questions, please feel free to chat with us as well. Alright, so I'll see you at the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.